33rd Steps of Money Manifestation Energy. Written and published by Rich Audiobooks.
You are not waiting to become rich. You are rich. Now. You don't become it. You remember it. Align with it. Let it take over your self-image, the frequency of wealth. It's not in the numbers, it's in your energy.
That shift is internal before it becomes external. The moment you decide, I am rich, everything beneath that thought, every subconscious story, every behavior, every expectation begins to rewire. The code starts unlocking.
This is not a symbolic decision. It is not wishful thinking. It's a vibrational stance. You're not journaling your $1 million life to feel better. You're scripting instructions to the universe. You no longer try to manifest money in the future. You choose wealth in this breath. It starts with identity, and identity is created by decision, not delay. There is power in claiming something before it shows up. That's how you collapse timelines. The only block between you and the reality you want is your stubborn belief that it's not already done. But what if it is? What if you are already her? The version of you with overflowing accounts, stress-free money, and the luxurious ease you crave. Would she be refreshing her banking app anxiously? Would she worry about how? Or would she know? Would she hold power in her body, faith in her speech, clarity in her gaze? Would she spend, move, speak, and give from a place of solid inner overflow?
Chapter 1. Decide you're rich now. Step into it. Let the old version of you, the one who made money conditional, the one who spoke someday instead of now, fade out. We're rewriting that version with a single sentence. I am rich, now. Say it. Let your body adjust to it.
Feel the contradiction between that statement and the doubt that tries to argue back, and still choose to hold it. Emotions may protest, ego may resist, but decision is louder than doubt. Frequency answers firmness. Nobody is coming to deliver permission to be rich. There is no external green light. It's you. You flip the switch. You set the new normal. This is the dimension of money manifestation energy, where you learn that wealth was never out there, in a goal, a title, a transaction. It's here. It's this inner posture that refuses to identify with lack another day. Your mind may try to negotiate. It may ask, but what about the bills, the debt? Don't negotiate with the old paradigm. That operating system is expired. You don't reform scarcity, you stop living from it. You exit it. You unplug from stories that say wealth is earned slowly, painfully, or only after you've suffered enough. That timeline is demolished the moment you decide you're worthy of wealth now. Without proving, without more punishment, without delay. This energetic stance isn't born from ego. It's infused with divine remembrance. You are aligned with the infinite, and the infinite never lacks. Say that aloud. The infinite never lacks. The more you identify with your true self, boundless, abundant, and connected to Source, the more you realize that money is simply a reflection of how fully you're embodying your divinity. And it all starts with that first activation. Deciding that wealth isn't coming, it's here. Decision is a higher frequency than trying. Decide, and let your actions calibrate to that. Frequency. Don't wait to feel like it. That waiting is the delay loop. Override it with identity. Wealth doesn't feel far when you fully become the version of you who's already linked to it. Walk as her, choose as her, declare as her. And know that when you do, the universe isn't waiting to see if you're serious. It's already rearranging. Begin today as the rich version of you. Not overthinking, not second-guessing. Decide. Print it in your spirit. Let every step in this book build from that vibration. Rich is now. Wealth is now. You are it now. Chapter 2. Drop the old identity of lack. You are not your past. You are not your balance sheet, your debt, your childhood money stories, or the struggle you once survived. You've worn those identities long enough. They've weighed on you like a cloak you forgot you could take off. But today, you shed it. You burn the script that told you you're bad with money, just getting by, or always hustling. That isn't who you are. That was programming, adopted, absorbed, inherited, not your truth. You don't need to fix it. You need to release it. This is rebirth. Step back and observe the identities that run through you. The ones that perceive money as complicated, scary, scarce. Where did you learn them? Who did you hear repeating them? Notice it without judgment. Then decide to no longer carry them forward. Lack isn't an emotion. It's a costume, an energetic disguise. One that served a purpose once maybe, to keep you safe, maybe to bond with others through mutual struggle. Maybe because no one around you knew how to model wealth, embodiment. But now, it's heavy. Now it repels what your soul is magnetizing. You cannot manifest abundance from a vibration of survival. You can't build overflow from a mindset of how will I make it. Release the impersonation of scarcity. It's not aligned with who you've become. This is not denial. It's alchemy. You're not pretending you never had limitations. You're just no longer worshipping them. You're not bypassing your circumstances. You're choosing not to stay loyal to the story built around them. Speak this clearly. Left double quotation mark. I no longer identify with that. This is not fluff. This is frequency shifting truth. You are the architect of your identity, and identity precedes income. Do not expect new numbers in your account until your internal narration shifts. Who you believe yourself to be is the root of what life reflects back. Rich is not something you chase, it's someone you become. Start observing the subtle ways the old you still sneaks in. The hesitation when a beautiful purchase presents itself. The shrinking in conversations about salaries, investments, ease. The internal flinch when someone else receives what you once prayed for. Call it out. That's a ghost from your lack identity. Thank it. Retire it. Then return to truth. I don't live in that energetic zip code anymore. Wealth is my new default. The more often you remember that, the faster life mirrors it. Don't wait until you have all the evidence to drop the lack identity. It doesn't work that way. The universe responds to who you're being, not what you're waiting to prove. Act like someone who already knows who they are financially, even if your surroundings haven't yet caught up. That is the essence of quantum shifting. You move first, reality follows. Every wealthy version of you across every possible timeline has one thing in common. They are not attached to struggle. They are anchored in worth. So anchor yourself there, even in silence, especially in solitude. The vibration you hold for yourself, when no one is watching, is the one that sends out the loudest instructions to reality. Your transformation doesn't require a miracle, just a decision. A clean break from the narrative that's expired. You don't carry the identity of someone who fights for every dollar anymore. You move differently. You talk to money differently. You approach yourself. That's what wealth energy does. Assert your new identity daily. Speak of money like someone who's fluent in ease. Make choices that honor your new self-image. Not to impress, not to perform, but to confirm. The old you begged for a raise. The new you knows they are the raise. This chapter isn't about fixing your money story. It's about writing a new one. Your bank account will catch up to your belief bank. Feed it with self-respect, with courage, with high-quality thoughts. That is the currency of identity. You do not need to prove your worth to receive. You only need to embody it. Feel the truth of this. I am no longer making decisions from the vibration of lack. I make decisions from legacy. Now exhale. That's a full-body energetic shift. Breathe it in. You're free. Chapter 3. Assume the end. Feel the wealth now. You're not here to hope. You're here to embody. Stop treating your dream life like it's something far away, something on layaway, waiting for the right time, the right job, or the right conditions to finally emerge. That version of reality is an old frequency, and we're shifting out of it now. Manifestation doesn't ask you to beg, barter, or prove yourself worthy. It asks you to feel as if the end is already done. Not tomorrow, now. Not 6 months from now, when the numbers convince you. Now. Feel it, not because you're pretending, but because you're choosing to live from the truth of it so fully that the material must eventually follow your energetic lead. Assuming the end is a decision to collapse time. When you live from the end, from the finish line of your manifestation, you're no longer reinforcing the distance between you and the thing you desire. The gap dissolves. You become the version of self who already lives in the reality your current self can barely imagine. But you have to feel it. You can't wait to see the physical confirmation. That's not manifestation, that's reaction. And we're creators, not reactors. The end is where you begin. You wake up in the vibration of already arrived. You drink your morning tea like you've already been paid. You check your email with the assumption that the confirmation is already there. You open your bank app with the energy of expectancy, not fear. Expectancy. That's the beginning of the new normal. This frequency doesn't beg, It doesn't wonder. It doesn't spasm when uncertainty shows up. It calmly repeats, left, double quotation mark. You walk into rooms differently when you live from the end. You answer emails with a full heart, not a clenched jaw. You move out of panic and into power. There is no need to scramble when the result is already yours. And that's what assuming the end is, shifting into a state where your energy no longer dances with doubt. You know, you trust, you feel. You live like the version of you who is financially free, wealthy by default, abundant without effort. Your identity is caught up with your desire, and now it leads the transformation. If you had the money now, if the accounts were full right this second, how would you breathe? How would you smile? How would you speak to yourself in the mirror? Go there, because that feeling, that's magnetic. That soul-deep calm, that radiant assuredness, that's more potent than any strategy. That's the frequency you're calling in with this chapter. You step into the room as a match, not a seeker. That's why money begins to move for you. Not because you hustle harder, but because you're no longer waiting to be chosen by wealth. You've already chosen it. You've chosen to act, decide, move, and feel as someone who is already rich. Not pretending, not forcing, just remembering. The end is a sensation. It's not about manipulating thoughts all day. It's about tapping into the climate of consciousness where it's already yours. It's not visualization, it's identity realization. You aren't doing the thing to get the outcome. You're doing it because that's who you are now. You don't imagine the $1 million version of you. You become them today, in energy, in emotions, in the quiet spaces when no one's watching, in the way you close your eyes at night and melt into security, knowing the universe is done with your order. This is a radical energetic instruction to your world. When you dwell in the wish fulfilled, you instruct the field to mirror it. You become incompatible with outcomes that contradict it. You stop emotionally reacting to lack because you no longer identify with it. Even when the physical looks unchanged, your inner state refuses to agree. You anchor into the end. And that's when the bridge of incidents starts forming. That's when the ideas land, the client's message, the opportunities unlock, not because you need them, but because you've normalized their presence in your field. Assume the end. Not like a technique, like a truth. Feel the wealth now. Tune your nervous system to safety, not survival. Let your energy be louder than your worries. It's already yours. Walk from that knowing. Speak from that knowing. Say yes, spend, create, breathe, and bless your day from that knowing. Play the role so fully that the universe has no choice but to give you the set to match your performance. But you're not acting, you're aligning, you're returning, you're remembering. You're choosing to become what you know you are, already wealthy, already magnetic to millions. You don't wait for money to make you feel that way. You become the feeling, and money responds. That's the frequency that ends the wait. That's how we assume the end. Chapter 4. Visualize overflow in your bank account. Close your eyes and stop seeing what is. See what's already yours in the unseen. There is no manifestation without visualization. Not because it's some trendy practice, but because your subconscious is fed by imagery, not intellect. You can say affirmations all day, but if the movie playing in your mind still shows scarcity, your energy will follow the script of lack, not abundance. So play a new scene, open the vault, text your higher self and ask what's in the bank right now. Look at your banking app, but in your mind, what number is on that screen? Is it 5 figures? 6? More? Let it rise. Let your nervous system sink into the feeling of course that's my balance. Not surprise, not shock, just pure, quiet confidence. Like someone who's seen those zeros often before. The mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, not until you start reacting differently. Use that truth to your power, which means you must become emotionally fluent in abundance before it ever appears in your physical world. Visualization isn't make-believe, it's energetic rehearsal. And the more you show your body and your brain what overflow looks like, the less resistance you'll carry when it finally floods in. You won't flinch when the strike notifications stack. You won't panic when the wire hits. You won't feel anxiety when large sums become your new normal, because you've already worn the energetic outfit daily, behind your eyes. Start small if you need to. Picture a deposit of $100, then $500, then $5,000. See your phone buzzing with PayPal alerts. Hear the cha-ching in the background of your coffee shop.
Watch as your inbox fills with payment received emails. Sit with those images like they're memories, not dreams. The problem is, most people visualize to escape. You must visualize to embody. This isn't fantasy, this is frequency tuning. Every time you close your eyes and see prosperity, you are creating a neural pathway. You're telling the universe, this is normal now. And the universe always confirms what you treat as normalized. You are the architect of your wealth portal. And imagination is the hammer. Build it wide. Design with joy. What car is parked in your driveway right now? Who just sent you a thank you message for the value you shared that transformed their life? What are you doing on a random Wednesday afternoon, now that money is flowing freely without pressure, without fear? See the full picture. The sunshine on your skin driving to the spa midweek. The feeling of paying someone else's rent as an act of spontaneous generosity. The relief of watching your balance grow and grow, even as you're booking flights and buying gifts with ease. You are powerful enough to imagine it, which means you're powerful enough to receive it. Stop visualizing from the edge of hope. Start visualizing from the center of truth. You're not trying to trick the universe, you're speaking its language. The more you do this, the faster physical reality catches up. And here's the beautiful paradox. The moment you start seeing overflow consistently in your inner world, you're unconsciously recoding your outer actions. You make decisions differently. You stop hesitating. You feel worthy of the investment. You walk into that interview radiating readiness. You enter your business with trust, not grasping. All because your inner image has stretched the ceiling of what you believe is available to you. Let your visualizations get so detailed that they become your default imagery. Let them run on loop beneath your thoughts, a screensaver of wealth that plays all day, even when you're washing dishes or leaving voice notes. You don't have to force it. You just have to keep showing up with the eyes of belief. Eventually, you won't need to close your eyes anymore, because the world outside will start to match what you've been seeing inside. That's the magic of true money manifestation energy. You're not chasing dollars, you're calibrating to your divine vision. And that vision, once held consistently enough, becomes unavoidable. So tonight, before bed, don't scroll. Visualize. See overflow. Feel it land. Let your imagination remind you of what you've always known deep down. Wealth was never missing. It was waiting for your vision to meet its signal. And now, it has. Chapter 5. Speak rich words only. Every word you speak is a spell. Every sentence is casting a vibration forward into the quantum field, organizing the unseen into shape. You may think you're just being honest when you say things like, "I can't afford that yet," or "That's too expensive." But your subconscious doesn't know you're joking, explaining, or reasoning. It doesn't know just venting. It only knows repetition, tone, energy. Words are not passive. They are creative commands. Every single time you speak about money, you are either cementing a scarcity loop or summoning an overflow frequency. Which one do your words choose? You don't speak what you have, you speak what you want to hold. So from now on, your vocabulary must be rich, not performative, powerful, not fake, faithful. Eliminate the poverty phrases, even in casual conversation. Delete broke, it doesn't live here. Cancel barely getting by. Words like budget, struggle, expensive, and can't anchor you into limitation unless spoken from a place of empowerment. How you describe your financial experience creates an energetic field that either welcomes money or warns it away. Speak from the end, even when you're standing in the middle. Use words that drip with certainty, that echo abundance. Money comes easily. I always have what I need. Wealth finds me naturally. Imagine if your voice only ever spoke from alignment with millions, not the memory of not enough. Imagine if every sentence that left your mouth confirmed richness as your baseline. Start doing that, starting now. Every word becomes a gateway. You don't gossip about bills. You declare their ease. You don't echo your overdraft. You affirm overflow. You don't whine about what hasn't shown up. You speak like it's already been delivered. Your voice is currency. Use it like gold. Pause here and ask yourself, how often do I speak against what I desire? How often do I affirm the exact thing I'm trying to change? That ends today. Rewrite your vocabulary to reflect your new identity. If you were someone with endless financial support, someone who always had enough, what would you never say again? Go deeper. What would you start saying, confidently and casually, because it's just your nature to be provided for? That's the language now. Speak it into your tea, into your texts, into your thoughts. Even when you're alone, especially when you're alone, your subconscious is always listening, and it's always obeying the tone you set. When someone asks how you're doing financially, stop giving disclaimers. Say, money is flowing like never before. Not, well, it's been tight lately. Not because you're lying, but because you're leading. You're setting the energetic tone before reality gets a chance to mirror old data. It's not delusion, it's direction. Faith speaks first, wealth flows second. Build the script now. Talk like the person who lives in abundance. Watch how fast the universe listens. Even small words shift big energy. Saying, I invest in myself instead of I had to spend money, flips the vibration. Celebrating a bill as paid with joy rather than, more money gone, keeps doors open for more. Language leads, reality follows. Remember, wealth doesn't just manifest in numbers, it shows up through narrative. Your story about money becomes your relationship with money. That's why rich energy speaks differently, and precisely, not because it's bragging, because it's coding. You're building a financial frequency with every word you release. You know what's magnetic? Saying outrageous things about your future wealth like they're facts. I'm in my millionaire era. Money loves to chase me. I get paid for my presence. Overflow is normal now. Say them, out loud, with calm conviction, even if your ego twitches, even if your current account begs to differ. That's when it matters most. That's when the shift gets juicy. You're not waiting until the results show up. You are voying the result now, because power comes from present tense alignment. Speak often. Speak richly. Speak like you're already living in it, because soon you will be. Let your language lead your legacy. You create the world you're living in every time you open your mouth. Make it count. Chapter 6. Feel it before you see it. The greatest trick of manifestation is your ability to feel now what the physical will eventually catch up to. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what your nervous system believes is already yours. Before money tangibly lands in your account, it first resides in your vibration. Your job isn't to figure out where it's coming from. Your job is to feel as if it has already arrived. That feeling is your yes. That feeling is your alignment. That feeling is your access key. There's a reason people chase money and still never feel rich. It's because they're waiting for the zeros before giving themselves permission to be at peace. But peace is what draws in the zeros. Think of it this way. Money is the echo. The original sound is your frequency. You can scream into the void with panic and doubt, or you can whisper with trust and gratitude, and the echo will reflect whatever tone you send out. So, feel the gratitude now. Feel the certainty now. Feel the richness now. You have to allow yourself to feel safe in abundance before it's safe by logic. The logical mind wants proof before permission. But frequency doesn't obey logic. It obeys energy. That means right in this moment, even with bills unpaid or income unclear, you've got the power to tune into abundance. You can breathe like someone who's wealth supported. You can walk into a room as someone who's financially backed by universal intelligence. You can close your eyes and feel the wave of satisfaction ripple through you, as if the wire transfer has already landed, because energetically it has. This chapter is about emotional rehearsal. You are rehearsing the emotion you expect to experience once the money manifests, but you're choosing to feel it now. Not because you're faking it, but because, on a spiritual level, it's already real. That joy? Real. That calmness when everything's handled? Real. That subtle smile as you tip generously, or invest easily, or shop without checking the price. All real in the quantum field. And when it's real in your body, it starts becoming real in your world. Let yourself feel the fullness of financial freedom. Let it rise in your chest, spread through your arms, land in your belly like a calm certainty. That's you becoming the frequency. That's you slipping into vibrational leadership. Everyone else is waiting to feel successful. You're aligning with it now. Everyone else wants the proof first. You're becoming the evidence. Your emotion is the pre-manifest. Trust that. This is why affirmations sometimes don't work unless they're embodied. You can say, I'm financially free, but if your feelings contradict the statement, your nervous system doesn't believe it. So go deeper. Don't just say it, feel it. Embody the richness. Embody the calm that says, left double quotation mark. Your sensory system is the gateway. What would it feel like to open your banking app and see too many commas to count? What would it feel like to say yes to the purchase without guilt, hesitation, or worry? What would it feel like to smile when you give, not because you're losing money, but because you know it's all recirculating back multiplied? Feel it before you see it. This is you becoming a match. The emotional body is your currency. Regulate it, and watch your physical bank balance follow suit. Even on the days things look the opposite, when the invoices are stacked or the sales are slow, don't wait for the external to dictate your internal. That's backwards manifestation. Instead, tap into the internal experience of wealth anyway. Especially then. That's when something rewires. That's when the old energetic pattern starts to crack. That's when your new normal is being born. Let your body believe that wealth is already here. Let your cells get used to overflow. Let your thoughts, feelings, and tone of voice carry the calm of someone who no longer wonders where the money is, because you already know it's en route. This is the new you, the version who doesn't beg for wealth, but effortlessly aligns with it. The version who knows wealth is not something to achieve, it's something to remember. Remember now, feel now, flow now. That's how it arrives. Chapter 7. Walk, dress, and move like wealth. You've already decided that you are wealth. Now let your body catch up to your decision. Energy speaks louder than effort, and how you walk, how you carry yourself, how you dress even when no one's watching, tells the universe exactly what you're aligned with. Your posture is a prayer. Your stride is a signal. So the question is, are you walking like someone who's paid? Are you moving like someone who knows abundance is watching? This isn't about pretending or playing make-believe. This is about embodiment. Embodiment is the shortcut to manifestation, because when you embody an energy, the physical world has no choice but to meet you there. This isn't about wearing designer or faking luxury through logos. Real wealth doesn't scream, it breathes, it moves confidently without needing to be seen. It's not performance, it's presence. Look in the mirror, not for flaws, but for frequency. When you step out of the house, what are you telling the world with your energy? Not your clothes, not your accessories, your aura. Wealth doesn't come where it's not welcomed. And it doesn't feel welcomed in rushed, messy, I hope it works out for me, energy. It flows where it's expected, where it's appreciated, and where it's treated like a friend, not a stranger. Dress in a way that aligns with the wealth you've already called in. That might mean putting on your favorite outfit to work from home. That might mean upgrading your wardrobe, like someone whose success is inevitable. That might mean finally wearing the coat you've been saving for a special day. That day is now. The vibration is not in the fabric, it's in what the fabric reminds you of. How you treat yourself tells money how to treat you. Walk into rooms like opportunity was waiting for you. Move like you're not hustling for worth, but radiating it without effort. Walk slowly if you must, but never small. You don't tiptoe around what you've already claimed. You don't shrink to match old rooms. You expand, you express, you embody the energy of someone success cannot miss. When you sit down to write, create, or converse, do it with posture, wealthy posture. Posture that says, I know who I am. Shoulders back, heart open, spine tall, not for intimidation, but for alignment. The body mirrors the mind, but the reverse is just as true. When you move like wealth, your mind begins to believe it. And once your mind believes it, your world confirms it. Start treating basic moments like sacred ones. Going to the grocery store? Walk down the aisles like you own them. Sitting at your desk? Sit like the next wire transfer is seconds away from hitting. Walking your dog? Hum in the rhythm of overflow. Wealth is not always about what you're doing. It's about how you're being while you do it. Your errands are energetic rituals if you move with intention. The inner wealth must break into the outer world, not later, now. And it does so through movement. Movement is magnetic. Every time you choose to show up in energy instead of expectation, wealth watches, wealth listens. It notices confidence more than it notices credentials. It notices presence more than it notices performance. You don't need to chase richness. You need to become the kind of person it finds. Notice how wealthy people walk. There's a regulated calm in them. Money moves toward nervous systems that feel safe. Fast, frantic, immature energy repels abundance because it cannot be trusted to hold it. But when you walk with grace, when you flow with faith, when you take up space like abundance is your birthright, you become undeniable. Even in silence, you can affirm your abundance. Even with no makeup, no heels, no labels, you can wear wealth. Wealth isn't always loud. It's grounded. It speaks through the quality of your presence. It lives in how you treat yourself when no one is watching. It echoes in the way you close the door, tie your shoes, pour your tea. Every gesture can be shaped by frequency. So today, calibrate your movement. Tune it. Align it. Let your body become a forecast of the wealth that's already on its way to you. You're not performing for the universe. It already knows who you are. You're proving to yourself that you're ready for the version of you that already exists. The one with access. The one with favor. The one who moves like miracles are routine. You are not waiting to be chosen. You are choosing. You are not preparing to be paid. You are already energetically compensated. Move like it. Dress like it. Walk like every dollar you desire is walking with you. Because the truth is, it is. Chapter 8. Stop begging. Start commanding. There is a frequency you step into when you stop pleading with the universe and start declaring from it. It's not arrogance, it's authority. You are never meant to beg for money like it's a favor. That vibration only reinforces lack. You're not here to prove your worthiness to abundance. Your very existence proves it. Begging says, please save me. Commanding says, I already am. One holds the energy of delay, the other activates the energy of done. The version of you who receives quickly, easily, and continuously isn't asking from fear, they're claiming from truth. No hesitation, no shame, no bargaining. The universe doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to direction. Start issuing instructions, not questions. Speak in definite tones, not doubtful ones. I hope money shows up soon is programming your timeline for someday. Money is constantly entering my life now. Collapses the future into the present. Real power isn't loud, it's clear. It doesn't waver. Your energy settles when you know something is already yours. Settle into it. The inner quiet of certainty, that's magnetic. That's when money starts noticing you without you even chasing it. Because when you stop chasing, you become the magnet. You are a financial creator, not a financial beggar. You don't need to hustle for scraps. You're not waiting to be picked. You're not hoping someone gives you permission to receive. You've given it to yourself. That's the shift. That's the code. When you say, this is who I am now, this is what I allow now, this is what I receive now, you change the signal you send out, and reality has no choice but to organize around that signal. Not because you're forcing it, because you're holding it. You're standing in it. You're living from it. Some people think commanding money sounds brash. That's only because they've been taught that wealth must come with struggle, with supplication, with self-sacrifice. They've learned to whisper their desires, hoping not to bother the universe. But you know, you're remembering the truth. You don't whisper, you resonate. You don't beg, you align. You don't hope, you know. That knowing is your energetic roar, and even if your outer life hasn't shifted yet, that knowing gets felt. Energetically, spiritually, universally. You can sit in a room with $0 and still activate riches. Not by obsessing over what's missing, but by reattuning to what's inevitable. That's what it means to command. Commanding isn't aggression. It's precision. It's saying, I claim this, without apology. It's thanking the universe in advance, because you trust your frequency more than your fears. It's leaning back instead of leaning forward. It's placing the order mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and assuming the delivery is guaranteed. This isn't about ego. Ego says, I need money to prove something. Soul says, I know money flows to me because I already am. And when you're in that soul space, you don't chase. You radiate, you ask once, not 30 times, and then you receive, not because you're lucky, but because you finally believe. This is how wealthy people move, whether they realize it or not. There's grace in their certainty. Whether it's the quiet decision to raise their fees or a bold investment in their vision, their commands move energy. And the more you normalize this vibration, the more money starts responding before you even take visible action, because energy always leads behavior. It starts within. The command happens internally. Money simply follows orders. So, start today. Say it all out loud. Not from emotion, from energetic authority. I receive large amounts of money with ease. Abundance is constantly orbiting me. New streams of income are opening now. Say it again, not to convince the world, to remind your frequency. Let it recalibrate. Let it sharpen. Let it turn vague desire into crystal clarity. Your voice imprints on the quantum field. Your tone carries texture. When spoken from alignment, simple words become sacred codes. You're not speaking to get, you're speaking because you are. This is your new standard. Stop checking if it's working. Stop questioning if it's enough. When you command from the end, your only job is to stay there. Stay inside the feeling. Stay inside the posture. Keep your thought field elevated. Command, and then act like someone who's already received it. That's what allows reality to catch up. And it does. It always does. Because energy doesn't ignore integrity. The universe always rewards the person whose inner world is already living the result. So speak from the throne. Speak from the timeline where it's already in your hands. You've begged long enough. That's over. Now you command. Let the flow begin. Chapter 9. Make money normal, not special. Money becomes yours the moment you stop seeing it as something separate from you. Not above you, not beyond you. Just part of your natural ecosystem like oxygen, sunlight, and breath. The richest people in the world don't treat money like a mystery or miracle. They treat it like air. It's not something to chase, pine for, or worship. It's something to work with, laugh with, live with. And when you decide to make money normal, you pull it down from the unattainable shelf and place it right into your everyday rhythm. That's the shift that makes it show up fast. Because there's no resistance, no awe, no static, just alignment. Most people delay wealth because they make it too special. They see large amounts of money as fantasies reserved for someone born luckier, smarter, or more deserving. That idea alone fractures your energy. Every time you look at wealth like a rare phenomenon, you tell your subconscious that it's not yours. You create distance. You make it someday. But universe doesn't speak someday. It speaks now. And now is the only manifesting language that moves the quantum. So yes, normalize it. Normalize seeing $10,000 transactions. Normalize being paid in full. Normalize having a $100,000 savings account that just sits there, smiling at you. Normalize overflow. Wealth is not a reward. It's a rhythm. Make that your mantra. This isn't about pretending. It's about practicing. Start showing up to your life like money isn't the object of desire, but the atmosphere you breathe in. Think about a person who earns $50,000 a month. How do they feel when they make a payment? How do they feel when they grocery shop, when they book flights, when they tip, when they renew subscriptions? Do they flinch? Do they overthink it? Do they spiral with guilt or scarcity? No. They move calmly. They operate from a standard of course this is mine. And that's the energy you're choosing now. Not because you've hit a number, but because you've chosen a frequency. You don't earn wealth and then feel safe. You feel safe and then attract the wealth that matches that emotion. Detach from the pedestal. You can admire wealth without making it precious. You can be grateful for money without making it sacred. When you treat it like emotion fluid, flowing, changing, you relax your grip. And the softer you hold, the more can come through. Think of a $100 bill and a $100,000 check. Your mind sees one as normal and the other is unbelievable. That's learned. That's programming. That hierarchy of energy is why some people are stuck in repeating cycles, because the wealth they want still sits in the category of impossible. Shift it. Collapse the difference. View 100K the same way you do $100. Just a number, just a number, just a number. Let your nervous system acclimate to wealth, not as shock, but as standard. Let bigger numbers feel boring. Let more zeros feel neutral. Electricity doesn't excite you when you flip on a light. It's expected. Let money be that. Expected. Reliable. Normal. That's the tone of someone who manifests fast. Because they're not emotionally spiking at every dollar that enters or exits. They're stable, anchored, unshaken. They don't hold their breath waiting for the next payment. They breathe with the knowing that it's always on its way. Your wealth now. And because your wealth, money is not your mission, it's your mirror. Release the obsession, melt the pressure. Money wants to be with you, not chased by you, not feared by you, not idolized by you, just accepted. The more you neutralize it, the easier it flows. That doesn't mean you stop appreciating it. Quite the opposite. It means you appreciate it without needing it to complete you. That's money maturity. That's energetic congruence. That's power. So walk into your next purchase like someone who always has more than enough. Sit with your bank account like someone who expects deposits, not miracles. Hold your debit card like it's never declined. Smile at your bills because they're proof you live, thrive, and participate. Let every dollar you touch feel casual, natural, easy. You're moving into a life where money comes and stays because you no longer stare at it like a stranger, you welcome it like a friend. Normalize wealth. Defang the fear. Noni is your new neutral. Not special, not rare, just real, just yours. Chapter 10. Let go of timeline pressure. Time is not your master when you are manifesting from energy. The moment you decide something is yours, energetically, it's done. Let this land in your bones. Manifestation is quantum, not chronological. The only reason it hasn't shown up physically yet is because you're still watching the clock, still measuring the delay as if delay means denial. But it doesn't. The universe doesn't operate on your calendar. It operates on frequency, readiness, resonance. When you collapse into frustration, impatience, or timelines, you step out of alignment and into resistance. That tension, the why is it taking so long, is a frequency blocker. Wealth doesn't run on a timer, it flows where certainty lives. Let go of your white-knuckle grip on deadlines. That graspiness creates static. Think of it like radio interference. The station is playing, but you're tuned in halfway, hearing static and wondering why the sound isn't clear. The energy of needing it now crowds out the frequency of deserving it already. You don't chase the sun to make it rise faster, you align with its rhythm. Same with money. You must relax your nervous system out of lack, out of urgency, and into inevitability. Say this with your chest, left double quotation mark. I let my abundance come on divine time, not my fear's timeline. Breathe that in. That statement is not passive, it's permission-based power. You see, urgency is often disguised as ambition, but underneath it is fear. Fear that if it doesn't come soon, it won't come at all. But what if you knew that it was already yours, just orchestrating itself behind the scenes, like the final act of a genius play? What if, instead of asking, "Where is it?" you whispered, "It's coming," with a smile on your face and peace in your heart? What if you operated with the unshakable confidence that Source never misses, never delays, and never forgets what you've asked for? That's the frequency of acceleration. That's what speeds things up, not pressure, but peace. Take your foot off the timeline gas pedal and lean into trust. The faster you surrender to divine timing, the faster your money arrives, often unexpectedly and exactly on time, not by your clock, but by your expansion. The manifestation is not waiting on the minutes, it's waiting on, your match. And your match is emotional fidelity to the outcome, regardless of how long it appears to be taking. Release the stopwatch, drop the countdown. Manifestation is not Amazon Prime, it's soul delivery. Sometimes, the wealth comes the moment you don't need it for your worth. The moment you release your panic, your proof-seeking, your transactional praying. The moment you say, "I trust the frequency because I trust myself." Open up and let it be easy. Let it be elegant. Let it be calm and guided and aligned. Let it be the most natural thing in the world for money to arrive when it needs to, how it needs to, because you're no longer watching the door, you're setting the table. Preparation is different than panic. Expectation is different than pressure. Faith is different than force. If you knew your wealth was knocking tomorrow, you'd sleep well tonight. Treat every night like that. Rest as if it's guaranteed. Walk through your days like someone who already knows a surprise bonus is coming. 'Cause it is. That's the secret. It always is. Every time you say, "It should be here by now," you are rehearsing lack. You are reactivating the energy of absence. So instead, pivot. Recalibrate. Look at your life right now and say, "It's already aligning. I'm in motion with my money miracles." Because you are. Time wasn't designed to control you. It was made to reveal how aligned you are. The more relaxed you are, the faster it moves. The calmer the vibration, the clearer the delivery. Your money isn't lost. It's finding you every time you surrender the need to micromanage how and when. So breathe. Detach from your deadlines. Step into sovereignty. Time does not rule your manifestation. Your frequency does. and your frequency is abundance. Let that be enough today. Let that open doors tomorrow.
Let your peace with time be your greatest wealth code yet.
Chapter 11. Bless every dollar that leaves you. Money is energy, and energy responds to how you treat it. Every transaction is a conversation with the universe. So, when you spend, are you whispering fear or affirming trust? Most people cringe when they swipe their card or send a payment, and without realizing, they're embedding anxiety, lack, and scarcity into their frequency. But you're different now. You bless every dollar that leaves you, because you know nothing is lost. It's simply recycled into something greater. You're no longer releasing money in resistance. You're circulating wealth in reverence. That shift matters more than you think. Every time you pay a bill, bless it. Every time you shop, bless it. Every time you invest, donate, tip, or cover a friend's meal, bless it. Let your energy say, there's always more where that came from. That single phrase is a wealth portal. Most people shrink when money goes out. They feel contraction. You, however, expand. You lean into trust. That's the frequency flip. You're not watching your balance decrease. You're watching wealth cycle, confirming you're the type of person who has enough to give, share, and spend easily. That energy multiplies. Think of every payment as a proclamation. Left double quotation mark. Speak over your money as it moves. Left double quotation mark. Left double quotation mark. Left double quotation mark. Whether it's $1 or 1,000, your relationship to departure determines the speed of its return. Don't ever let your soul tighten when you spend. Turn every outgoing transaction into an affirmation of trust, abundance, and expansion. You attract what feels safe to circulate. If you're afraid to let go, it becomes afraid to come in. Release with grace, and it flows back faster than you think. Imagine swiping your card with a smile, not fake confidence, real, rooted assurance that the energy is rounding back in your favor. Gratitude in, gratitude out. You don't lose money, you assign it a mission. You delegate your dollars like a CEO. You trust they'll do what you sent them to do, create more ease, impact, elevation. And when they return, they bring company. That's not a metaphor. That's money magnetism, anchored in your vibration of ease. You're no longer demanding proof, you're walking in proof. Every payment is a flex of faith. Neutralize the wobble, bless the flow, and watch your receiving channels widen. True abundance doesn't flinch at a bill. True wealth doesn't panic at an invoice. You know who you are now. You're not someone who chases money or fears its absence. You're someone who moves as money, confidently, intentionally, abundantly. That shift happens transaction by transaction. It happens when you rewrite the tone of money leaving and instead feel it as wealth circulating. Revolve, don't resist. Flow, don't freeze. Align your emotions with what you want to perpetuate. If you want money to feel safe coming in, make it feel safe going out. Bless it like a boomerang. So next time money leaves your hand, your card, your account, breathe, speak, smile, say, thank you, because this shows I have. Say, I bless this and receive greater. Say, my wealth expands every time I give. That's not delusion, that's dimension. That's operating on the energetic plane where money listens, and money always responds to certainty. The more lovingly you let go, the more powerfully you call in. Give like you have more coming, because you do. Spend like the universe is watching how you steward overflow, because it is. This is how the rich feel rich before the money multiplies. They've made peace with the circulation. You're not here to hoard. You're here to heal your relationship with movement. You trust that everything you invest in products, support, bills, services gets transmuted into overflow when blessed with the right frequency. That's the blueprint now. No more shrink, no more panic. Money isn't slipping away, it's working for you. Every transaction tells the universe who you think you are. Are you someone who handles money like royalty? Choose the vibration with your emotions, not just your words. Wealth is a cycle, and you're the frequency that guides its flow. Starting today, let every dollar that leaves you carry the imprint of certainty and love. No hesitation, no fear, no guilt. Let your spending carry supreme confidence and expansion. You don't lose, you multiply. You give like a fountain, not a drain. You pay like someone who trusts the return. That's how the rich stay rich, not from saving in fear, but from spending in belief. Start blessing the money you release, and overflow will bless you back. Chapter 12. Receive without guilt or resistance. Receiving is not a transaction, it's a transmission. And the reason it's blocked for most people isn't because the universe has stopped delivering, but because they've unconsciously turned away from what's already arriving. They've tangled worthiness with money. They've stitched guilt into the act of receiving. But wealth doesn't come to those who feel bad about getting it. It comes to the energy that can hold it without flinching. Today, you drop that resistance. You clear the channel. You allow yourself, finally, to be open to the flood. Receiving without guilt is a frequency shift. It's deciding you are no longer repelling wealth with silent shame, silent discomfort, silent disbelief. You're done hiding behind humility that isn't real humility, it's fear. You're done apologizing for wanting more, for being chosen, for being favored by abundance. There is no cosmic scorecard that punishes you for opening your arms wider. You hoarding gratitude to stay humble isn't making you holy, it's making you small. Receive like someone who knows they're worthy, because they exist. That's it. That's the only proof abundance needs. This is where you stop shrinking when someone pays you. This is where you stop feeling weird when a gift shows up out of nowhere. This is where you no longer dismiss compliments, turn down opportunities, or block spontaneous blessings with polite refusal. You've already asked, you've already planted, now you let it land. Don't argue with the harvest. Don't resist your answered prayers, because they didn't come in the packaging you expected. Be a match for surprise miracles. Make your nervous system safe with overflow. Watch your body when money comes in. Do you tense up? Do you want to apologize? Do you look for where it might get taken away? That's resistance dressed up as logic. Let it go. Money isn't here to test you, it's here to expand you. And part of expansion is allowing energy to move through you in and out, without fear, without shame, without the need to over-explain. Let being paid feel neutral. Let success feel normal. Let blessing feel obvious. This is not entitlement. This is energetic alignment. The next time someone pays you, thank yourself internally. Say, of course. The next time an opportunity surprises you, don't justify it with how hard you've worked or how long you've waited. Just receive, still, soft. Magnetic. Say, yes. Let money in. Let more in. Let it all in. There's no ritual needed, only your energetic permission. Only your openness. Only your decision to no longer block what's already meant for you. You are the gatekeeper, the current, the channel. The universe is not withholding. It's waiting for you to stop flinching. Guilt distorts the signal. It whispers, am I allowed to have this? And that frequency repels clarity. Receiving requires you to clean up that static, not with more work, but with less self-sabotage. Allow it to be easy. Allow it to be big. Allow it to be fast. Look around you and see how nature receives. The trees take sunlight without guilt. The soil absorbs rain without apology. You are that natural. Let it be that simple. There is no need to feel bad about your role in the abundance equation. Your desire was the signal. Your allowance is now the receiver. Breathe into your belly. Let your body know it's safe to hold money. Let your heart know it was always worthy of having more. Let your mind know this is not a fluke, it's a frequency you've tuned to. And every part of you is allowed to celebrate, to soften, to say yes, I receive. Without contraction, without disclaimers, without guilt. Rewriting the energetic channel. What if nothing was wrong with being richly supported? What if receiving more wasn't a betrayal to your past, but an invitation to elevate your future? Every time you accept a blessing without guilt, you heal a part of your timeline. You show your younger self what's possible. You dismantle generational chains of scarcity, struggle, and silent suffering. Receiving becomes holy because it's you remembering who you are. Forget how much you've done. Forget how much you should get. You don't compete in divine distribution. You calibrate. And right now, in this breath, you recalibrate to overflow with ease. Say the words, I receive without guilt. I receive without blocks. I receive without fear. I receive with trust. I receive with joy. I am open. I am ready. I release resistance. And I let it come. Let your life become a magnet for miracles. You don't need to earn, because this is who you've always been beneath the noise. A flawless receiver, a radiant match, a master of money energy. Let it in, let it land, Let it love you. Chapter 13. Say thank you before it arrives. Gratitude is time travel. It bends the now and pulls the future into the present, instantly. Most people are waiting to say thank you until money shows up. But energetic masters know better. In this world of manifestation energy, gratitude is not a response. It's a trigger, a catalyst, a summoning. Saying thank you before the money lands is a declaration that you trust the unseen. It tells the universe you're no longer operating from doubt or distance. You've already received the frequency, so now the form is inevitable. Your vibe has gone first, and when vibration precedes matter, manifestation follows. Picture yourself walking into a room already full of riches, except you just can't see it with your senses yet. Do you still smile? Do you still thank the energy as if it's there? That's the practice. Gratitude now is one of your strongest acts of power. Not because you're faking it, but because you're feeling beyond the current 3D. You are collapsing the gap between your ask and its arrival with those two words, thank you. And not just verbal thanks, energetic thanks. Full body, full heart, full trust. Gratitude that lights your nervous system from within. That's when money gets the clear signal. She's aligned, she's ready, go. When you say thank you before the money arrives, you're stepping into the frequency of the end result. You're not begging the universe, you're assuming it's already been delivered, and you don't say thank you when you're in doubt. Gratitude activates you as the receiver. Think about the subtle shift it moves you from, I wish, to I already have. Even if your physical reality says otherwise. Even if the numbers in your bank account don't reflect your vision. That's where this practice becomes most powerful, when nothing around you verifies it, but you say thank you still. You start bringing this energy into everything. Waiting for a client to pay. Thank you. Hoping for a raise. Thank you. Looking at bills. Thank you. Not because you love the expense, but because you've trained your subconscious to thank money in all forms as it flows. You're no longer reacting to what is, you're anchoring to what's coming. Gratitude reshapes timelines. It's a message to the quantum. I've already received this. I trust it's mine. I don't need proof to feel it. And when the universe sees you hold the frequency of a wealthy receiver, it has no choice but to rearrange everything in your favor. This is the art, giving thanks not just to what is, but to what's becoming. You stir that feeling before the manifestation. You feel your heart leap, even before the check clears. You smile at your dreams, like they're sitting beside you, not miles away. That's wealth, embodiment. That's what makes you magnetic. Your energy becomes a confirmation, not a question mark. And trust this, the universe loves people who already know. The ones who express gratitude like it's already done. Because in their vibration, it is. The form just needs to catch up now. Make this your new standard. Don't wait to see it to celebrate. Don't wait to verify it to welcome it. Start saying thank you for the clients before they book. Say thank you for the payments before they process. Thank you for the overflow before it arrives. Your thank you holds space. It opens portals. It tells reality, make room, something wealthy is entering. And when your body gets used to being in that thank you energy, you change. Your posture changes. Your thoughts lighten. Your nervous system relaxes. Because you're no longer gripping, you're receiving. And this might be the most powerful part. You stop chasing. You stop questioning whether it's working. You dissolve the anxiety that comes with watching and waiting. Why? Because you're already in thanks. And thankfulness doesn't happen in lack. It only lives in I've already got it. Even if it's only energetically for now. That's the initiation. Thank you becomes your new reality code, and you'll speak it constantly out loud, in whispers, in your journal, on your walks. Thank you for the unexpected payments. Thank you for the quantum upgrades. Thank you for the clients who pay on time. Thank you for the lavish life that's already mine. That level of gratitude is gold. Start treating your thank you like currency, because it is. It flows before the money. It cracks open the resistance. It nourishes your manifestation roots. One thank you at a time, you become the person who already has it all. And when life starts matching that frequency, don't be surprised. Just say it again, louder this time. Thank you. Chapter 14. Create in the spirit of already having.
Create from fullness, not from need, not from emptiness, not from the illusion that something's missing. Too often, people create from the ache.
They launch programs, start businesses, send invoices, pitch offers, all because they believe getting money will finally complete something within. But manifestation doesn't work from that direction. It works in reverse. The energy you create from is the imprint of what will return to you. If you move from scarcity, you manifest situations that affirm that scarcity. But when you create like you already have it, like overflow is your normal you, become magnetic, activated, and irresistible. The universe doesn't just respond to your actions, it responds to your source energy. So pause, breathe, feel it. Feel the version of you who already landed the client, signed the checkmate, bought the house, paid off the debt, hit $1 million months. Feel it not just in flashes, but in the fabric of your body. Let it rinse through your cells. And from that version, you create. Not to get, but to share. Not to convince, but to expand. You're not chasing abundance, you're letting it flow through you as a co-creator with Source. Your art, your offers, your voice, your energy, all of it flows smoother when it's driven by gratitude, not desperation. This is the energy of already having. This shift changes everything. You stop worrying about whether anyone buys. Why? Because you already see yourself as the one who sells with ease. You no longer write out of pressure, you speak from presence. Your ideas come from a place of joy instead of stress. You begin to create as someone who is already held, already supported, already backed by divine resources. That's when real magnetism begins. People feel your certainty. Opportunities mirror your power. You are no longer trying to win. You already have. And so more must flow to you, not because you're deserving someday, but because you're already aligned today. This is also where detachment is born. You'll notice you care less about, how will this perform, or will this work? Those are questions from lack. The version of you who's already wealthy doesn't need confirmation. They play, they explore, they create, because it's exciting to build worlds with energy. When you embody that version, your focus shifts. Instead of trying to control results, you calibrate to frequency. You fall in love with the now, instead of bargaining with the future. And in that love, money arrives often faster than you'd planned. Now here's where it gets powerful. When you create from having, the universe treats you like someone who already has. Your decisions become bold, your patterns change. Your bold moves vibrate differently. People feel it before they even know why they're drawn to you. Your energy becomes transmission, not transaction. This is how millionaires make moves. Not from panic, from presence. Not from gaps, from overflow. And you're already that.
You just have to create like it.
So, the next time you write a post, send an offer, walk into a boardroom, craft your product, or even sit to visualize, ask yourself, am I moving from lack or from luxury? Am I reaching or radiating? Am I imagining the void or the victory? Energy answers faster than action ever could. Upgrade your creation point and your reality has no choice but to follow. Remember, the universe is always printing what you energetically send. Think of it like a cosmic 3D printer. You don't shout into a void. You code the fabric of your life through the energy you output. If you're constantly transmitting, I'm still trying to get, the universe responds with more things to try to get. But when you're aligned in, I already have, you're no longer grasping, you're grounding. And grounded energy commands faster result. So create your art, your business, your career moves, your ideas as if the money is already sitting in your account, as if the success is already guaranteed, as if you cannot lose. Because in this realm you can't. The only thing that shifts your result is the energy you lead with. Lead with overflow. Create from wholeness. Share as someone already seated at the table of abundance. This isn't pretending. This is pre-living. This is energetic momentum. And right here, right now, you are moving with it. Chapter 15. Affirm from identity, not desire. Say it like it's already real. Not like you're trying to get there, like you're already there. Energy doesn't respond to begging. It listens to certainty. Affirmations aren't wishful sentences tossed into the air, hoping something comes back. They are subconscious codes, identity-level instructions. And if your affirmations are soaked in the energy of wanting, your reality will continue to reflect not having. That's why so many affirmations don't work. People recite them from outside the state. But when you start speaking your wealth as someone who already lives in it, that's when the shift happens fast. I am wealthy hits differently when it's said from embodiment instead of emptiness. It's not a chant, it's a choice. When you declare, Money flows to me with ease. Not because you hope it will, but because it already does. It starts to stick to your field. You're not waiting, you're claiming. Manifestation begins at the level of identity. So, don't affirm from the consciousness of desire. Desire is beautiful, it cracks the door open. But identity swings it wide. Assume the identity of the rich version of you, and speak from that room, not the hallway outside. You must become impeccable with your words, not for morality, but for manifestation. You've heard, speak it into existence. But let's go further. Speak it from existence, as if it's your normal, as if it's been that way for years. Don't say, I'll be a millionaire someday. Say, I'm the type of person who easily attracts millions. Don't say, I want to live in overflow. Say, overflow is my baseline, my standard, my norm. Words backed by belief are spells. Your voice carries frequency. Tune it. This is where most people fracture their field. They speak abundant words from an identity still attached to struggle. They say, I am abundant, with the nervous system of someone in survival. That's what causes energetic distortion, and mixed signals don't attract. Synchronicity isn't confused, it's precise. So clear the contradiction. Align the frequency of your speech with the frequency of your self-image. If it's not embodied yet, pretend until it is. Not inauthentically, but intentionally, consciously. Embodiment often begins as a sacred performance. You wear the energy until it wears you. Energy doesn't lie. You can't trick manifestation with a few cute quotes taped to your mirror. Your full essence must agree. So if there's a part of you reciting affirmations you don't fully believe, pause. Don't push. Recalibrate. Get quiet. Ask, what would it feel like to speak these affirmations from total truth? What would I need to shift? And then shift it. Start small. Find one affirmation you can fully own now, even if it's just, I'm open to receiving new streams of income. Own that openness, like royalty. From there, expand. When affirmation becomes identity, momentum multiplies. The bridge of events forms not because you forced it, but because the universe now sees you as the frequency you've been aligning with. You're not just saying rich words, you're becoming the rich version who says them. And you'll notice it in your environment. Expect people to treat you differently, your posture to shift, your opportunities to speed up. Reality rearranges when you start speaking as the you who already has it. Let your affirmations come from connection, not desperation. Say them with your chest. Say them with your walk. Say them into your coffee, your journal, your commute, your ceiling before you sleep. Speak abundance like it's your native language, because it is. Use your words to reenact the life that is already yours vibrationally, because every time you affirm from truth, not want, you collapse separation between you and the vision. Every phrase becomes a key, every statement, a frequency in store. This isn't about fluff, this is about power, and your words are power tools. So speak your reality with precision. Speak as if it's inevitable. Speak as if it's done. Affirm, not from the lonely place of lack, but from the holy place of ownership. You're not wishing anymore, you're walking. Let your affirmations evolve into your identity, and soon, your identity becomes your income. Chapter 16. Ignore 3D reality when it contradicts the vision. Your current reality is not the final word. It is a delayed echo of past frequencies, old beliefs, and yesterday's identity. It is not your truth, unless you keep reacting to it like it is. If your bank account looks thin, your bills pile up, or money feels distant, that's just feedback from an earlier version of you. That old version no longer exists. You've already shifted. You've already activated a new frequency. Now it's time to stop looking backward through the lens of your senses and start commanding from the lens of your spirit. Manifestation isn't about fixing the 3D. It's about remembering that the 3D is always catching up to you. This is your initiation into energetic mastery. Ignore what contradicts the vision. It sounds simple, it's not always easy, but it is powerful. When reality says, there's not enough, you say, I always have more than I need. When your bank app flashes a number that triggers fear, you look at it and whisper, this is old. My new chapter is already loading. You don't panic, you don't spiral, you don't cling. You steady your breath, you steady your thoughts. You pull your attention back toward who you truly are. A match for overflow, not survival. The key to collapsing time is holding the vision when it feels ridiculous to do so.
when nothing looks like it's working, and yet you choose to walk with certainty. That's what makes you magnetic. That's what makes you unshakable. That's when the universe starts reorganizing around you with divine speed, because you're now the one leading. Where most people bow to what is, you rise above it and anchor what's becoming. You don't ignore reality to escape it. You ignore it to transform it. You ignore what doesn't align so you can feed attention to what does. Whatever you entertain with thought and emotion multiplies. If you keep watering the weeds, you can't grow the garden. It's the same with money. Stop narrating shortage. Stop retelling the past. Stop mentally replaying the way things haven't worked before. That feeds the frequency of stagnation. Starve the limitation. Nourish the vision. You were never meant to be a reactor. You were born to be a creator. There's a sacred neutrality required here, the space between being unattached to today and completely loyal to tomorrow. When you can walk through your current life as if it's already caught up with your desire, you become the bridge. You stop flinching. You stop chasing. You stop oscillating between belief and doubt. This is what it means to manifest from identity, not condition. You are not the one who hopes money comes. You are the one who knows it's inevitable. That knowing becomes your compass. That knowing becomes your vibration. And then seemingly out of nowhere, things rearrange. Clients show up. Paychecks increase. Random deposits drop in. Your environment shifts because you did. Your 3D simply mirrors the energetic choice you've been rehearsing inside. So when fear rises, meet it with fortitude. When lack whispers, respond with gratitude. When it looks like nothing's moving, speak from the place where everything already has. That's trust. That's alignment. That's wealth energy. You don't argue with your circumstances. You transcend them. You walk around 3D facts the same way you'd walk around a puddle, briefly noticed, but not worth losing your direction over. You are already rich. Rich in spirit, rich in vibration, rich in potential. And every time you ignore what contradicts that truth, you anchor it deeper. It's a practice, a choice, a moment-to-moment calibration. Don't resist the contrast, just don't identify with it. Let life display the old version while you rehearse the new one. Smile while the story updates. Laugh when life tests your faith. It's not falling apart, it's falling into position. Let the outer world catch up while your inner world leads the expansion. The more you embody the future as your current feeling, the faster that future becomes present. Remember, the 3D is not a report card, it's a reflection. Responding to it neutrally, even playfully, is how you quantum leap. You don't need permission to feel rich. You give yourself that permission now, without condition, without delay, without a reason other than, because I chose it. The consistent choice to ignore what doesn't match and amplify what does is wealth mastery. It's not delusion, it's activation. Reality will soon confirm what you already knew. Keep holding that energy. It's already done. Chapter 17. Breathe like someone who trusts their abundance. Pause. Inhale slowly. Receive it. Hold it. Now, exhale. And release the pressure you've been carrying about money. Let it go with your breath. Deeply. Intentionally. Not just as a relaxation technique, but as an energetic declaration. I am safe. I am supported. I am provided for. Most people breathing survival mode, short, tense, shallow, as if they can't afford to take up space, can't afford to trust the next moment, can't afford to exhale fully. That's scarcity encoded into the body. But you're not most people anymore. You're calibrating to wealth, and wealth doesn't breathe with worry. Wealth breathes with certainty, with length, with ease. Embodied abundance isn't rushed. It doesn't panic. It moves slow and sure, because it knows it's held. The same oxygen that fills billionaires' lungs fills yours, and energy doesn't discriminate. When you inhale deeply, without rush, without clenching, you plug into the infinite field that both money and breath are born from. Manifestation isn't always about action. Sometimes it's about accessing a nervous system that already feels safe having more. And nothing recalibrates the nervous system faster than the breath. So ask yourself, how are you breathing throughout your day? When you check your bank account, are you holding your breath, bracing for bad news? When you think about bills, do your shoulders tighten, your inhales shrink, your jaw lock? All of those are signals that you're still aligning more with lack than with certainty. Flip it.
Train your body to relax inside overflow. Breathe during moments that used to trigger you. See a high bill, keep breathing. Feel unexpected expenses show up. Slow your breath, drop your shoulders, relax your chest. Set the tone for your energy before your circumstances change. When your body trusts, money follows. Trust isn't blind, it's embodied, and it starts cellularly. Take up more air, take in more life. Let abundance be the natural rhythm of your breath. You're not gasping for dollars. You are a magnet, a center point, and money finds you easily because your frequency no longer resists the flow. You aren't hustling anymore. You're harmonizing. People anchored in overflow don't rush their breath to get to the next win. They breathe it in now, like it's already here, because to their subconscious, it is. Remember, breath is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. Every inhale is an affirmation. I am allowed to receive. Every exhale is clearance. I release what no longer fits the identity of someone who is rich, calm, certain. The breath is a pattern, and your patterns are your prayers. So breathe like someone who walks into rooms expecting to be compensated. Breathe like someone who isn't worried about surprise invoices. Breathe like someone who knows opportunities are already orbiting them. Abundance listens. It responds to ease. And ease lives in the lungs. Let your breath teach your body that money is normal, that overflow is safe, that the unknown doesn't equal danger, it equals expansion. Most people's wealth block isn't about money at all, it's about control. Their breath is a mirror, tight, anxious, shallow, because they don't trust the unfolding. But you're not manifesting from fear anymore, you're activating from security. You know that financial miracles love calm spaces. You understand that the wealth you desire desires you too. So create a body that welcomes it in. Feel into this moment. If $1 million dropped into your life right now, how would you breathe? If all your accounts quadrupled this week, would your chest open more? Would your diaphragm stretch further? Would your exhales taste like freedom? Practice it. Don't wait for the money. To condition the breath to attract the money. This is where alignment gets rewired. Through the simple rhythm of expansion and release. Right now, your inhale is proof you're supported. Your exhale proof nothing is being taken from you. Breath is circulation, and circulation is money's first language. Every slow inhale you take is a new code planted into your subconscious. I trust my income. I trust the timeline. I trust the path. Because when you feel rich in your body, money feels safe to land. So today, breathe from your power, not your panic. Breathe like receiving is your default. Breathe as if wealth is surrounding you, soaking through you, breathing with you, and watch how your outer world rushes to match the peace inside. Chapter 18. Treat your thoughts like currency. Every thought holds a charge. It's a small deposit into your energetic bank account, and you're either investing in wealth or funneling attention into the frequency of lack. Thoughts aren't just mental clutter, they're currency. Some cost you, some pay you. The way you think moment by moment is the way money feels you. There is no off switch in energy. Your thoughts don't pause when you're scrolling or waiting in line or lying awake at night. They're always emitting, always attracting, always creating. When you realize this, you stop entertaining thoughts that you wouldn't want to fund your life. You stop gambling your future on internal conversations that leak fear in small, subtle doses. Read this carefully. Every silent assumption you repeat to yourself is a financial seed. It's hard to make money. Seed. Clients are slowing down. Seed. I never get ahead no matter how hard I try. Seed. Words you say out loud have power, but the thoughts you repeat silently, they are supercharged because they're closer to the core. And what's at your core determines what you receive. So ask yourself, would I pay tens of thousands of dollars to keep thinking this way? Would I invest in this mental loop if it were a stock? If not, change it. Upgrade the internal dialogue until it reflects a portfolio of prosperity. Think in ROI. Think in overflow. Think in expansion. Most people try to manifest money while secretly thinking about what they lack. They affirm abundance while budgeting their dreams down to something more realistic. That's an energetic mismatch. You can't think like a penny pincher and receive like $1 million. The math just doesn't line up. The field responds to dominantly held thoughts, not wishful side sentiments. So the days you lightly fantasize about wealth, in between hours of worrying about bills, That doesn't shift your timeline. That perpetuates it. You manifest what you think when you're not trying to manifest. The automatic, casual, repetitive thoughts, those are the architects of your financial reality. So clean them up. Audit what your mind echoes. If a thought about money doesn't feel like expansion, it isn't aligned. If a thought doesn't energize you, empower you, or remind you of the infinite support around you, it's a poor investment. And poor mental investments don't create rich physical lives. You must become exquisitely aware of how your thoughts feel before they multiply into emotion. Pausing to catch a thought is not weakness, it's wealth consciousness. You are the financial gatekeeper of your reality. Be rigorous, be intentional. You weren't born to be mentally ruled by scarcity scripts passed down from generations who only knew survival. You came here to choose again, to author anew, to think in ways no one around you dares to think. This is the inner economy. This is how you tune yourself to the frequency that wealth recognizes. Money doesn't just follow action, it follows attention. What if you treated thought like it had a price tag? Would you still choose to think that nothing's working? Would you still rerun the scene where you're behind, or afraid, or uncertain? Would you still mentally replay the version of you who struggled through life? Or would you curate your inner world so precisely that every thought banks wealth? Your mental state is the investment before the windfall. You get paid in direct proportion to what you permit yourself to believe habitually, not occasionally. Wealthy people don't just have bigger bank accounts, they have higher thought floors. Their autopilot is, of course it's working. Of course I'm supported. Of course more is coming. When discomfort knocks, they don't rehearse doom, they redirect, like it's second nature. That's the real financial thermostat. Thought resilience. So let's raise yours. Start thinking the way money thinks. Abundantly, generously, confidently. Money never wonders if it's enough. It never second guesses its worth. It never apologizes for circulating. Isn't it funny how money, the thing everyone wants, has more unwavering belief in itself than the people chasing it? Think richly, often. Assume the best case, not the worst. Let your mind be filled with imaginations of thriving, not problems to solve. Start your mornings rehearsing overflow. Drift to sleep affirming safety, wealth, and ease. Let each thought feel like light streaming through your inner world. That's how you become magnetic without effort. You've never been manifesting through doing. You've always been manifesting through thinking. So think like wealth. Speak to wealth. Think as if your thoughts are the cash in your life, because they are. Guard them. Grow them. Let them flow toward prosperity. Chapter 19. Only enter rooms with rich energy. Energy is contagious, and you are always absorbing more than you realize. If you want to live in the frequency of wealth, you can't afford to entertain vibrations that drain it. Your presence is sacred. Your thoughts are magnetic. Your time is an investment. Start moving through life with the discernment of someone who knows their energy attracts money, because it does. From now on, only enter rooms, conversations, environments, and digital spaces that reflect the version of you who is already financially elevated. If you walk into a space and feel doubt, contraction, or scarcity being passed around like currency, leave. Or better yet, shift the room with your own state. You don't blend in with lack. You embody abundance so fully that even stagnant spaces lift in your presence. Manifestation isn't just a solo act. It's an energetic selection system. Every room you're in is either amplifying your frequency or muffling it, so choose wisely. This doesn't mean you cut everyone off and float through life in spiritual isolation. No, this is about becoming radically honest with which energies match your expansion and which ones shrink your field. Step into conversations where people speak in solutions, not complaints. Sit with those who speak casually about overflow, big visions, aligned investments, and miracles like they're the norm. That's the rich frequency. That's the room your future is sitting in. If you're still entertaining scarcity energy just to avoid judgment or discomfort, you're leaking the very power that money responds to. Certainty. Think about it. Would you keep money in a room that feels volatile, judgmental, insecure, or heavy with lack? Neither would the universe. That's why money flows to spaces where it's appreciated, celebrated, and emotionally safe. You are the room. You are the atmosphere. Hold that frequency in your body first, and then watch how you naturally begin to attract rooms, mentors, clients, ideas, and opportunities that mirror it. Stop staying in rooms where wealth must be defended or justified. You don't owe anyone an explanation for becoming magnetic to money. You came here to break generational ceilings, not walk on tiptoes around financial discomfort. Let them get uncomfortable. Let the old energy fall away. You're not rejecting people, you're protecting vibration. You're curating an energy field where financial overflow isn't just possible, it's expected. That's how power gets normalized. That's how wealth reprograms your nervous system. Through repetition, immersion, and alignment. Start noticing everything. The emotional climate of the people you spend the most time with, the way money is talked about in group chats, the media you consume without thinking, the podcasts playing in the background, the thoughts that enter your mind after scrolling social media. Every input is data for your subconscious, and your subconscious is the main architect of your reality. So what are you letting in? Are you feeding it stories of ease, overflow, and trust, or noise, drama, and delays? You can't manifest millions from a mental playlist of scarcity. Upgrade your atmosphere, and your frequency follows. Even physically feel how different your body responds in rich environments. The lighting in high-end stores, the way you relax in five-star lobbies, the effortless elegance of abundance when it's normalized. You don't have to buy anything, just exist in the field. Sit with wealth's climate and let it rewire your baseline. Walk through the spaces that spark expansion, not contraction. Wealth is a vibration you acclimate to through experience. So the more often you place yourself in proximity to richness, emotionally, mentally, and physically, the more your nervous system begins to accept it as normal. This is an energetic boundary anchored in alignment, not arrogance. You're not above anyone, you're just done lowering your power to match their comfort. Your wealth identity must be protected like a sacred portal, because it is. Money is trying to enter through it. Ideas, miracles, opportunities, unexpected deposits, they all travel through frequency. You can't keep the portal open if your daily environments keep unplugging you from it. So from now on, you walk into every room with a sense of sovereign clarity. Left double quotation mark, support wealth frequency. If yes, expand into it. Left double quotation mark, exit gently, or shift intentionally. Either way, your energy wins. Remember this, you don't need to fight for manifestations that already belong to you. You just need to stay in rooms where the version of you who already has them is treated as the baseline. Let that be your new normal. Let that be your standard. Wealth is looking for you, but only if it can find you in the right room. Chapter 20. Ask once, then assume it's done. Ask once. Then stop hustling. Stop doubting. Stop squeezing your desire so tight with urgency that the universe has no room to move. Asking is energetic, not desperate, not repeated. It's not about begging for confirmation. It's about sending a clear instruction to the field of infinite possibility, and then resting in the certainty that it's already shaping around you. When you ask from power, from alignment, one time is enough. It's not the repetition of the request that manifests, it's the conviction you hold after it's made. The moment you ask, Source responds. But far too many distort the magnetism by checking the clock, asking again, revisualizing from a shaky foundation of lack. That's like planting a seed and digging it up each day to see if it's sprouting. Stop that. Ask once, then assume it's done. This is the identity of wealth. Wealth doesn't knock twice. Wealth doesn't explain itself. Wealth shows up because it was requested, expected, and assumed into being. When you really believe it's done, your behavior shifts. You stop looking for signs. You stop interpreting silence as delay. You stop negotiating with doubt. You don't walk into a restaurant and ask the server 12 times if the food is coming. You order, and then you wait. You relax. You trust the system. Do that with your manifestations. Rich energy doesn't get flustered by appearances. It just lives in certainty. Assuming it's done means you've moved into the identity that already has it. And here's the secret. Identity manifests faster than intention. The moment you say, it's mine, and actually feel the ownership in your body, the timeline starts rearranging. You're no longer trying to make the frequency match. You've become the frequency. And money always finds its home frequency. You wouldn't chase what's already yours. You wouldn't doubt what's already guaranteed. Acting like it's done doesn't mean faking it. It means you feel so connected to the version of you that's already there, that your aura already carries the imprint of fulfillment. Your actions begin to follow suit, naturally. There's less grasping, less overthinking. Your decisions become bolder. Your energy becomes cleaner. Scarcity loses oxygen because you've stopped feeding it your focus. This is why detachment is misunderstood. You're not detaching from your desire. You're detaching from the illusion that it's not already yours. You're letting go of the mental waiting room. You're unsubscribing from doubt. You're removing the energetic leash that keeps abundance just inches away but never fully landed. When you assume it's done, you collapse those inches. You collapse time, and life starts responding faster when you stop acting like you need reassurance. So ask, clearly, declare it, claim it, align your heart and focus with that one bold decision. I receive it now. Then let it go. Not as in forgetting it, but as in stepping away from desperation. You're done asking, you're now living, you're now embodying, and that's the true power of creation. Creation doesn't ask, it becomes. Let your morning start with thanks for what's already done. Let your steps be guided by the confidence of someone who is already wealthy. Let the language of your life, your words, your habits, your posture and your presence confirm that the thing you asked for has already arrived. Because that's what the energy listens to. Not what you wish, but what you believe so deeply that you live it before it lands. And it will land. Fast, effortlessly, unexpectedly beautiful. Because you stopped pulling at the outcome and started embodying the arrival. That's manifestation, not repetition. Not need, just frequency. So ask once, then walk like it's yours. Think like it's done. Live like it's here. And watch how fast the money mirrors that certainty. You're not waiting, you're walking in it. You're not chasing, you're claimed. You're not guessing, you're grounded. Wealth is already on its way, speeding up every second you stop needing it and start aligning with it. Your only job now is to trust the delivery, enter the identity, and enjoy the ride.